Hi, this is Reese from CreataCRM, and this is the Getting Started for CRM. So this is the very first video, and for those new users, welcome to Creator. And this is the first screen you're going to show when you're getting started into Creator, which is this screen here. So this screen shows you the 4 to 5 modules cards that you have along here, and if you have other modules, it will display along here, for example, CRM, sales, and marketing, so forth and so forth. That shows you what you can access. So when we onboard you as a new customer, we remove things that you don't need to see, just to reduce the clutter, because the product has got a lot of things in there, but you don't want to really get overwhelmed with a lot of information in front of you. So we try and keep it simple for the users. So first here, the contacts of people, companies, organizations. So people belong to organizations, and it shows you these organizations along here. Tasks, they're the to-do list, yes or no, you've done it or not done it, and when you tick off it, it clears it off. They're good for just assigning a to-do for a person. And activities, well, that's just things like meetings, notes, calls, all those things that are relating to time with people in the system, and that shows you, obviously what you do with the people, and that gives you an activity section. So this is the CRM dashboard section that you have, so you can easily access it by clicking on it here. Also, CRM modules, it has more information of the companies. You can go to another view that gives you more details to dissect the information of the companies, contacts, activities, tasks. Other things you'll get in the CRM module, which is calendars. Again, we'll go into other videos about that, so apologize for this one's still a real quick overview. You've got tags, is how you segment the database. Regions, you do a geolocation, so you can create your own region. So especially when you have an app, you can go and put them in regions and groups like Northwest Sydney, and when you go there, you can click on the regions, and there's all the people belonging to that region for you to visit. And maps, you can look at the maps really quickly and see who belongs. And again, we'll go to other videos on that as well. So we won't fully get into that. In here, you've got filtering of users. You can just click here and just show filter the users quickly to see what activities that have done. So you can really quickly see and quickly filter the activities in here in different activity types. So each of these sections have its own filters for different search capabilities as well in here. So the next thing we've got is on the right side into here, so we're going to move me around, is just along here is really important to note inside the CRM. So the yellow exclamation mark is when we do notifications, which is something that we would recommend. The web browser of the device needs you to approve for notifications on here. So if you click on the notification button and enable it, what's going to happen is going to allow, and straight away you get notifications coming along here. So that's what a notification looks like. You can see that in the bottom right, if you can see that. So every time you get a notification, it will bubble up to the service that you've got a notification. You can click on it, and that goes also on a mobile phone app. Android is really cool because it straight away goes, Apple not quite as friendly. But the key thing is that it will notify you, and that's a really good thing. So even if you chat, and we'll go through that later, if you can chat, for example, along to your colleague and say, can you follow this particular contact up? Say, please follow up, and you can go at admin, for example. That can send a notifications for that person in here, and then that notification links to that person and that organization for that person to come in here. So there's a little bubble that pops up here for them to read it. So you've got notifications in here that you enable. So along here, you have an easy search capability. So this is really a powerful tool that, for example, you go to search setting, and there's only 2 ticked by default, and that's because our database gets quite big, so you want to be a quick search, and it's usually company and contact straight away. You can go deeper or turn them on, and it will stick to that device and what you want to search on. So you can search for assets or activities or any other things you want to search on, and turn them off and on. By default, it's going to be company and contacts in here. So how it works is just pretty easy. You just click on search the person Reese. It searches those people. So you can see the contact section there, searching, and Reese Harper's the contact, and you expand that section. You can click on Reese, and it will go to that person really quickly. Now that's great because you can keep the search button up, and you go, nah, wrong Reese, it's Reese Sutton, and then click on Reese Sutton. So we'll go into the more detail about the view and how the contact detail view and the company detail, how it relates to each other. But this, for example, you can easily click on one contact at a time. You can see this person's in MYOB and just have more information about MYOB, about that person. And then we've got a lot of information about this contact. We won't, again, this video will go very long if we go through everything really quickly. But again, this is the basic overview of the CRM section along here. So next to the global search is the notification bubble, and that pretty much shows you that I've got one notification. Hi, Adam, me. You have a reminder for the task. Please call this person. You can click on that or that particular element, and that's a task. And you go to the task, and you can say, "Yep, I've read that." It will disappear. Oops, read it disappears. And then you can tick on it for this one. Just click on the tick box behind here. Done. So again, that's the notification bell that pops up, and we have a lot of recipes that you can adopt. So you can click on the new notifications and say, nah, every time something happens at MYB, when a quote gets imported, notify the salesperson, and off it goes. So we'll go more further in the notifications in here, but just say you can adopt a lot of recipes of notifications to alert you. Very powerful tool, and that can go on your device and mobile phone. Move me up here again. Now the next one we're going to have is post, which is the little chat symbol above here, so you can chat to your colleagues. You've got some cool tools here. You can have the @ symbol along here, and you can say admin. There's a little help button along here. If you click that, that gives you all the massive commands that you can do. There's a lot of commands with hash channels of particular things. So, for example, we can mention mention a MYB invoice, and we can go /new. Well, we won't go fully into this, but this is just a quick little cool thing that we can do. You can say admin, please look at, and you can go the hash MI, and then go 12 the invoice name, and there's the invoices of MYB. So if you click on that, you can get the invoice name, and I'm just going to go please read. So that's looking at the invoice, because we input all the MYB invoices into the system. Pretty powerful way. You can even post and upload some image and stuff and say, can you please follow up this invoice and upload to the client. Now that will show up on there using mobile phone. Remember, the sole purpose of what we're doing here is allowing everyone who is now have to work at home a lot to have the office in front of them. So they don't know what the invoice is about. They would have to go to MYB, check it out. And hey, look, you may not have MYBs installed in your system. That guy way over there may not have to access it, but on his mobile app, he can see that invoice there. So for example, we'll just post it and see if I click on that link, it will show the MYB invoice in our system as well. There it is. So there you go, there's the MYB invoice along here for $11, and it's unpaid. And so please follow that person, sure. So hopefully the sales guy goes, yeah, no worries, I've got that covered, yada, yada, yada. So look at it again, go to all, there it is. And so there's the all message there, and the person replies back to you and say, yeah, no, I've got it. The person is going to pay for it. So this is an awesome tool. You collaborate, and you're really bringing the data all in one, because we bring pretty much most accountancy system into your system, so that you've now got a collaboration tool to talk about that information as well. So that's that. And the little section here is time clock. That's really important, where you can clock on, clock off, and we've also got notifiers that when you clock on, notifies your staff members that you're clocked on, so you can collaborate better. That does timesheets as well in here, along here. You've got weekly timesheets along here as well that you can do. So you can clock on, clock off, and change your times. And again, management can see that, and it's got some powerful tools. So that's the basic CRM side of the fence. The other view is the CRM dashboard along here with calendars, tags, regions, and just above here, just the tools along here. Hope that helps. That's the basic view of getting started. There's a lot more information. Look at the other videos, and we'll get you familiar with Creator. But that's the first gulp of air that you're going to have with Creator. There's a lot more to learn, and please just keep reviewing it and learning how to use Creator. Hope that helps, and get started.